Well, howdy, neighbors. Welcome back. Welcome back to our neighborhood. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Y'all may say, Sweet Tea, you have been gone anyway. You've been doing shorts. Yes, we've been doing some shorts out of the neighborhood, giving wherever we can get a short out there. But we're back on a YouTube platform. Hopefully this time for good. Okay? For good. Yeah, I know for us, life has been lifing in this neighborhood. We've been going through our ups and our downs, but through it all, God got us. So let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, so what I'm wearing, I did show you all that opening up the video. I am wearing the Steve Madden dress. I paired it with the Michael Kors shoes. I picked up the Steve Madden dress at our consignment shop, brand new. Regular price on the tags is $88. I only paid a whopping $15.99. This is in an extra small. I will link this. I did find it on the Michael Kors website. So I'm going to start linking all my outfits that I picked up at our consignment shops down in our description box that I find. And similar items, regular price. But I'm going to start linking them as well. I'm going to link these Michael Kors shoes down in the description box as well. You will pay full price for those. I only paid $13 brand new at our consignment shop. $13.99 at our consignment shop. Okay, so what I'm wearing today as our fragrance, I am wearing the Amazon Afro Sun. Y'all, this is some great smelling perfume. As you all to pick that up on Amazon, I will link that as well down in the description box as well. Y'all, let's go ahead and get into the video. You all have seen the title of the video, Our Luxury Living Nightmare. But before we get into the video, let me show you all what I mean when I say a luxury living nightmare. And welcome back to our returning subscribers. And hopefully we pick up a lot of more new subscribers as well in this video. I'm going to show you all how we was living in our luxury apartment, paying over $2,000 a month. Take a look at that, and I'm gonna jump back into the video. I'm gonna jump back into the video, and we're gonna go from there. But first of all, take a look at that. Happy Saturday, y'all. April the 12th. I'm talking quiet because I don't want to wake the beast. The neighbors from hell. AKA the neighbors from hell. It's early in the morning. I'm just getting up so I can get ready, get my husband ready, get his breakfast ready, get him ready to go out for a procedure this morning. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. But this is how I'm living. This is how I've been living for the last 3 months. In what they call AKA luxury apartments living. Show y'all a little bit of some other stuff. I'm trying to sleep out here with all the boxes and everything, and life has just been hard. As if my life wasn't already difficult with my husband's health, declining health. I have to cover up all my beds. I'll tell y'all about that. Let's go into my room. It's early in the morning. I don't sleep in here, haven't slept in here in 3 months. My room is just basically used for storage. I'll just use it for storage now. It's cleaned out. I don't sleep in here anymore, haven't slept in here in 3 months. It's just used for storage now. That's my big luxury bed. I miss it. I haven't slept in it in such a long time, y'all. Over 90 days. I miss it. I'm so tired. My closet is just about empty. Anyway, it is empty. Everything is packed up. I have my work laptop there. I have some stuff in here. And I need to close up these boxes, but this is just how I've been living. The bathroom, there's no need to go into the restroom because I don't even open up the door in there anymore. Yeah, y'all. This is my life. How I've been living. It's awful. It's awful. But the house is still clean, still in order. It's just, I never dreamed that I would have to go through this after going through what we had went through prior to moving here. My husband is asleep. I don't want to wake him. He's tired. He's exhausted overall. He's even sicker about this. This is not covered because it's down on the floor. So, of course, they don't have access to that vent. And I have to put my husband's breathing machine in here at night because if I sleep out there on the floor, then I don't want to hear that noise. It makes a lot of noise, as you can hear. So I'll put it in there at night. And I have to make sure his cords doesn't get slammed into the door. So if I get up in the middle of the night to use the restroom, I have to continue to check that, just to make sure the cords don't get slammed and the air won't come out. So I'm also have to continue to pay attention to that too as well in the middle of the night when I get up. Luxury living. Luxury living, not so luxury when you putting females and males in your apartment that's already coming from a chaotic environment and a result of their kids having kids. And they grow up to be monsters because no one is raising them properly. I'm gonna go ahead on and get dressed. Trying to hop into the shower here really quickly, get ready. I have a lot of errands to run today because I have to get back before 1:30 before they bring my husband back to EMT service. So I'll talk to y'all later. Hey, I'm not looking for any sympathy. I'm just shedding light on our situation. And I'm just shedding light on these luxury living places that rent out to anyone who comes in there and show them some money, not taking in consideration a lot of these people just coming from chaotic environments. They came up on certain platforms. They may be making money now. They're getting money from like YouTube, for instance. They have a lot of them. They have shaking keys, luxury living, and they all out ghetto. But they're bringing their problems into stable environments. And that's where the problems come in at. Luxury living apartments have to do better at doing and securing their background checks. You don't have to rent to these people because they have money. Sometimes you can look at a lot of them when they come in there and tell 9 out of 10, they're going to be a problem in your community. And that's something you don't want. So you need to do your homework before you start bringing people into your environment to get this $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month. No, they're not qualified or deserving to be a part of your luxury community. I will look closely up there. You will see the camera that she put into the window to intimidate us on a daily basis, 24 hours a day. Big cameras monitoring all of our whereabouts. What we went through. 10 months. The 8th month, 2 months into that place, she decided, that ugly piece of ish decided her and her old man was going to make our lives a living nightmare. Luxury living not what it's all cracked up to be, y'all. It's not all what it's cracked up to be. Because in luxury living, they let anything and anybody come there who could show them the money. I'm gonna tell y'all and show y'all what kept me sane through it all. And let me just first of all say, we're not looking for sympathy. We're not looking for, we're in a better place. I may cry in this video because I'm in a better place. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. I've never in my life experienced anything of that nature. I know that there's evil out here. I know it's out here. But having to live up under it for 10 months and endure it, y'all, it was a living nightmare. It was a living nightmare. But I still came on here and gave y'all shorts. See, that's what we do as creators. We come on here and we show y'all the good things, right? I still gave y'all the good background. I still put on a happy face, and y'all, hey, everything is good in the neighborhood. Everything was still good in the neighborhood because God had us. No matter how she tried to break me, how they tried to tear me down, it didn't work. It didn't work because I'm a child of God. It didn't work. God said you'd have been through a lot in your life. You can handle this. I handled almost losing my husband twice. Husband of 35 years twice. Almost lost him. They almost put him back in the hospital again. His heart had started deteriorating because he was so stressed out on what I was going through there. The whole time I'm trying to keep a happy face, letting him, not stressing him out, not complaining to him. But my family stepped up and they showed out. They talk to me every day for emotional support. My family is like miles and miles, 500 miles away. They talk to me for some emotional support. My sisters, they pray with me. I get back into the church for this. I'm going to show y'all. If it wasn't for this guy here, take a look at this. That's right. If it wasn't for Pastor Hannah, and I'm a member of his church, it wasn't for him, I don't know what would have happened to me. Kids was concerned about me, like, Mom, you okay? I had to put up this cardboard and things. The house became a house of like I was going through mental illness. Like I was suffering. And kids probably was like, she went through so much. And when is she having a breakdown? They was concerned. They was stressed out. I put those up because we had to go to the fire department. They put something down the vents. And then the fire department came acting like they wasn't there in the house. And the fire department was in my room. He said, it's not carbon monoxide, it's not gas. He said, but there is an odor in your house. He told the guy, he said, go up there, knock on the door, because we need to get up in there. We need to see what's going on. So they would not, acting like they wasn't there. Acting like, I know they wasn't there. So the fire department said, someone is there. I just heard someone walking up there. They're at home. Go back up there, knock on the door. He said, never mind, I'm going to go up there, and we're going to get in there. So the fire department goes up there. He bangs on the door. Boom, 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 boom. Still didn't come. Boom, 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 boom. He like, open up. It's the fire department. Either you open up or you're going to come in. We have to come in. So her old man, he comes to the door. Black as night. He comes to the door. And he says, he's like, what? And so the man said, well, they have an odor in their house. And we need to get in here and see what's going on. We need to come into your house and see what's going on. So he made them wait 2 minutes before he let them come in. He said, give me a second. He closed the door. And so the guy said, you know what? They got a bunch of incense smelling in there. It says the house is fumigated with incense. I can only imagine how they was living up there. You nasty dog. I can only imagine how they was living. He said fumigated with incense. Never opened up the blinds. They was always closed in. And so he says, the guy said, well, yeah, we smell something. They did. He said, we get calls by people putting things down vents. There are sometimes neighbors like that. Unfortunately, people do have neighbors like this. Envy, evil. He said jealous. That's what he said to me. He said they do. We do get calls like this. And unfortunately, they did put something down the vent. We can't pick up on what it is, but we smell it. So the next door neighbor came over. Such a nice family. Always checking on me and my husband, just making sure we're okay and this and that. And she was like, y'all good? Y'all good? And he was like, we're good. Her and her mom, they were just some of the nicest neighbors you ever wanted to meet. Caucasian. They moved in April and they leased us up in August. She said, we're out of here. And when I told her we were moving, she said, oh God, thank you. She said, thank you. Y'all are some good people. She said, I'm glad y'all leaving here. Oh my God, I'm glad y'all leaving. And she told my husband, she looked at him and she patted him. She said, you okay? He said, I'm good. He said, you got yourself a good woman. You really got yourself a good woman. My husband looked at her and said, I know. You got to tell him twice. He knew. We haven't been together married 35 years, and been together 35 years and 9 months for nothing, because we got married 9 months after we met. It's just, we went through a nightmare. We went through a nightmare over there. It's something when you're dealing with mental illness and you're dealing with evil. That's a bad combination, y'all. That's a bad combination. Those people's out here that say they're living their best lives, they're doing this, they're doing that. They're not happy. They're not happy. This video is just to bring awareness to you all who's thinking about luxury living. These people's not happy. Because when the wigs come off and the lashes come off and all of the glam and makeup come off, they still have to look in this. They still have to look in this mirror. They don't like what they see. So they're going to make everybody's life around them a living nightmare. A living nightmare. She was able to do that, right? And then they interrogated me. And every time I went into my restroom, they would come into the restroom. Well, our vents was down back to back with each other. They would come in there when I showered. They were standing there on the floor, just listening to me. I left my room. I slept on that air mattress on the floor for 3 months. My room just became a storage room as I'm packing and putting stuff in there, as you all seen that. I slept on that air mattress for 3 months on the floor so I can watch our door to make sure I was going to protect us and my husband at any cost. At any cost, I was going to protect my home, no matter what. I wasn't going to allow evil to get the best of us. It wasn't going to happen. And y'all be clear. Have a clear understanding of who you're watching on this YouTube platform. These people's not happy. They come on here and they show y'all their lives. They came up on YouTube and never had anything. They came up, they finally gotten something, and now they want to throw it and show it out to you all. Well, when those cameras go off and they take off all of that stuff, those people that are living above them and living below them, they're going to make their lives a living hell. Some of you all can relate to this. Leave a comment in the box. I know I'm not the only one who went through this or who ever experienced this in life. I know I'm not. I can be. I know that. I know there's a lot of people out there can relate to this. And when YouTube said you have to be relatable, I've been for 3 years on YouTube. I never knew what they meant when they said you have to be relatable. You have to be relatable. This ugly black piece of ish. She's relatable to a lot of people's. On her Facebook platform, they out there telling her, oh, she's a good mom, she's this, she's that. She have all these followers. Y'all didn't know the person we knew. I won't even say her name on this video. Y'all watch who y'all following. That's what YouTube mean. Yo, you're out here lying to people all day. Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, you're this. Oh, you're that. Stop this. Stop it. Stop this. They tell her, oh, you this or you that. Y'all didn't know the person I knew. When that wig came out, she came out with that scarf on her head. She was looking evil and mean. She was walking on me. She put cameras up just to intimidate myself and my husband. After I went over and told them that she had a small camera, I seen it, that she would monitor me as I was going back and forth to the trash every day. I would go to the trash once a day, take my garbage out. We don't allow garbage in the house, and I don't keep garbage cans in the house because I don't believe in having garbage in the house. So I went to the garbage can every single night, and I seen them monitoring me. And then they talked to her about that, and she decided she gonna go and put those 2 big cameras in the window. And she monitored the EMT coming to get my husband. She monitored me getting in and out of my car. She had one facing us that she monitored us 24 hours a day. She even had sensors in her house. This is how bad things gotten. This ugly piece of ish came down. My husband was going to dialysis one day, and we was getting ready to move. She didn't even know. She didn't know. We didn't tell anybody what we was gonna do. We move in silence, right? Like the pastor said, move in silence. The leasing office knew. We gave them a 60-day notice. They knew. And she says, she saw me taking my husband out. She would bring some drinks in. She was going to go up the stairs, and then she turned back around. And I was going to close the door. She said, can I talk to you for a minute? I'm like, excuse me? She said, I'm going to talk to you woman to woman. You are not a woman. You would never be a woman. A lot of you you're a female. You are a piece of ish. You are a female. And she says, I just wanted to let you know that, something, you smell something sometimes. That if you ever smell something again, come and knock on the door. We'll let you know. Like, don't call the fire department. Don't call anybody, she was saying. And she was saying, because I know that you went over there when you first moved here and you was talking about the noise and stuff. And I had to take down my son's basketball court because she wanted him to play basketball over our head and run all day and drill the ball. And then when I think that someone is interfering in my family, I become a different person. I don't want to keep doing what I'm doing. She said she didn't want to keep doing what she was doing. What was she doing? Right? She didn't want to keep doing what she was doing, she said. So tell me she was doing it on purpose anyway. She was deliberately trying to make my life a living nightmare. That ugly piece of ish. And so I said, what? And so she said, let's call it even. Let's just call it even and shake on it. She put her hand out, looking like a deceased hand that was so black and hard. I said, I don't shake hands. I don't shake hands. And that week of that Sunday, when the pastor came on, he said, be careful who you mingling with. Be careful who you let touch you. And be careful who you're shaking hands with. I was like, look at God. I stood just like this. I said, I don't shake hands. She said, you would never touch me. I don't shake hands. That's what you wanted. She wanted to touch me. You would never touch me. And I told her, okay, go on by your business now. Go on by your business. But when I started talking about the Lord, she didn't want to hear that. She didn't want to hear about the Lord. She took off because evil never want to hear about the Lord. When you start talking about God, they got to go because they already know they don't abide by God's rules. They only abide by Satan's rules, never God's rules. They can't do that because they're evil. And I'm going to tell y'all, when I got ready to move up out of there, and I went over to take her my keys, they was all these Caucasians, they was all loving on me and telling me how this and that and this and that and this and that. But the minute I said I was moving, they came upset. And the minute she thought I was going to pay her some rent for the month of May, I paid you for April. My lease is up in June. You lucky you got paid for April, I told her. She said, did you pay your rent for me? I said, no, I didn't pay it, and I'm not going to pay it. Here go your keys. And she says, I don't want the keys until you pay your rent. I said, you're going to take your keys. They had their big bosses there. Oh, you know I showed up and showed out, right? Y'all know I showed out, right? I said, they ought to be ashamed of themselves of how you had us living. It was an African-American couple coming in there. I said, don't do it. Don't come over here. Don't lease out anything over here. Don't do it. Don't do it. They said, give me my ID back. They said, what happened over here? Went into what happened. They said, what happened? They said, give me my ID back. We're going to continue to look around. Got up out of there. It was another couple sitting there, Caucasian with her mother. They're looking like, what's going on here? My only regret is that the place wasn't crowded as I needed it to be. She told me. I told her. She had the nerve to tell me. When I was talking to her, she said, what world do you think you're living in to talk to me like this? What world did I think I was living in? So what was she trying to say? Stay in your place like you're still in slavery. You don't talk to a white person like this. I told her when she said that, I was literally finna wring her neck. I was finna slap her so hard. I was finna slap that white piece of trash so hard. God came to me. He said, don't do it. Don't do it. What about your husband? Don't do it. I realized my husband was going to be back over here in about an hour and so. I had to meet him with the EMT brought him back. If he didn't help me to take care of him, then what would have happened to him? The only thing that stopped me, God stopped me, because I was finna haul off and I was finna knock that white piece of ish so hard that I knew I was going to be locked up and out on bail in an hour. I knew it. She said, I see you in court. I hope she keep her promise. Because I told her I would be there. I told her I'm going to make a video. She said, you're not going to threaten me. I told her, oh no, it's not a threat, it's a promise. You keep your promise because I want to see you in court. Waiting on my court papers to come. And I'm going to keep y'all posted because we going to court. And I'm going to take my son and my daughter with me because they're out of school now. They're out on their, they'll be out here soon on their teacher break. I'm going to take one of them with me, if not both, because I know that once we get into that courtroom, I'm going to strangle that white piece of ish. I'm going to strangle her. Okay? I'm going to strangle her. And I'm going to put that on everything. But I'm telling you right now, can't let them take you out your character. You can't do it. But at the same time, they almost took me out of my character. They almost took me out of my character. I said, you're stronger than this. You're stronger than this. You cannot be defeated. You cannot allow them to put you into this situation. You and your husband put 3 kids through college. 2 with their master, 1 with their bachelor. We done seen tougher days and harder days. You all have did it. You know, rob Peter to pay Paul to make that happen. You done saw your husband almost pass away twice at the OSU. You done been through hell and heaven and back. God said, you're stronger than what you think you are. The one day I said, you know what? My soul came across. Let me just say something really quickly. And also, y'all, you know how I know. I'm going to tell y'all. If y'all ever thought there wasn't a heaven and a hell, oh, there's a heaven and there's a hell. Tell you how I know. I use the same movers that I moved prior to moving to that hellhole that I moved to. They was moving me out. I called them again and moved me out again. And they called me. That's when they texted me. This time they called me. They said, we're on our way. They said, good morning. We're on our way. That's my song. I don't mind waiting on you. I don't mind waiting on the Lord. He said he will show up when he come. He coming. They said we are on our way. I said, look at God. God showed up. He's here. Look at God. He's here. Look at God. They called me and said we're on our way. I don't have any makeup to run out too much. I'll be messed up like on the mascara and stuff running down my face and foundation. I'm glad I don't have it. I'll be messed up. But y'all, we're not looking for sympathy. Just know we're in a good place now. I'm grateful that my husband wasn't in a position to really go crazy on them, because he would be locked up. He would be locked up because he would have protected his family at any cost. He'd be locked up. He would have really put those 2 pieces of ish in the ground. Leave a comment. You know, luxury living is not what it all cracked up to be. Y'all be careful out here. Because like you two said, you have to be relatable. You have to be relatable. You have to be relatable. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there relatable to me. They're like good, clean fashion, good, clean thrifting, good, clean consignment shops. I love my consignment shop. They're a higher price than thrifting, but you get some great stuff there for a bargain. And like I told y'all, we have a lot of other videos coming out in this neighborhood. I just want to show y'all how to live a good, clean life. A good, free, just vibrant life. Don't have to be robbing Peter to pay Paul. You can educate your kids. You can still look good. You can have a beautiful home. You can still have a beautiful car. You can still have money in your bank account, savings account, all that, and still eating good on a budget. I'm telling you, all that on a budget. This whole outfit, if I'd have went into the stores and purchased this, probably been out a good penny, right? Shoes and this together, all of that on a budget. I just want to show y'all we got some great content coming out of this neighborhood. We're going to get back to our clothing hauls. We live in a world now full of sick individuals. We live in a world full of sick peoples now. Y'all be careful. Like you two said, you have to be relatable. I see a lot of people's out. You two sent me a thing like a couple of weeks ago. A lot of YouTube channels are subscribed to this neighborhood. They're subscribed to our channel. They don't say anything. They don't comment. They don't even thumbs up the video. But they're hanging around, just stealing my content. Stealing my content. Because I am relatable. I'm very relatable. And they came up with those ideas themselves. And I'm looking at my thing like, oh, they subscribe. She subscribed. She subscribed. She subscribed. Don't say a word. Don't say a word. Just hanging around, stealing my content. That's all they're doing. And before I get off of here, don't ever trust a person that says fake it until you make it. They're not authentic. They will do whatever. Those are the most evilest ones that you have to watch out for. And a lot of people use that phrase, fake it until you make it. I experienced that at a previous job. By a lot of Caucasian white women, I had to put in a lawsuit. They harassed me so bad there, but it was nothing like a harassment here at that place by our own peoples. Never. It was terrible. And those that say it is what it is, fall for anything, and they will stand for nothing. So I'm gonna get off of here. And look out for our next video. Next week is going to be the home tour. I'm going to give y'all a tour of the lovely place. Nobody but God. Nobody but God. And I also want to thank all of my supporters for just waiting for me. Those of you all who did not unsubscribe, so thank you all for continuing to hang around. I'm back, and I'm better than ever, stronger than ever. I can handle anything in this life, anything. No matter what comes my way, I can handle anything. That was a test with God. Stronger than I thought I was. I knew I was strong. I know I was that strong. I'm strong. Y'all take care of yourself and take care of each other. And again, I just want to thank my family. Thank Pastor Hannah getting into his church every Sunday morning. Coming a member of his church was the best thing that ever could have happened to me. Getting back into the Lord's house was the best thing that ever could have happened to me. We're going through a lot in this neighborhood. But nothing will take my eyes off of God. He's the prize. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And if you like content like this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And these luxury living places, you all have to do a better job at approving people to stay in your community. Because luxury living not all that it's cracked out to be. Oh yeah. Before we go, forget. My drink of today was a Jamaican pineapple. Y'all, it is so good. I just got it from Kroger's yesterday. It was 70 cents. The cheapest thing in Kroger's. Taste it again. Jamaican soft drink pineapple. It's too good. It was the cheapest thing in Kroger. They reduced it down to 70 cents. So let me go now for real. See y'all. Try and test it out. Oh.